So I'm sitting out here in this beautiful environment, and yes, it's absolutely tranquil. And I'm so lucky to be here, surrounded with all of this beautiful nature and everything. And I can't help but also think about the women that are staying in the same situation, experiencing the same hardships, just maybe in a job that they don't like, maybe experiencing an annoyance um, with a coworker or with a partner, or they might be frustrated with the weight that's holding them back, with physical goals, um, making their lives harder because they can't fit their clothes right because you know, of a bunch of different factors. But I can't help but think about the ladies that are feeling that they're trapped, um, working one job, two jobs, three jobs, and feeling like they're never ahead, and, drowning not only at work, but drowning at home. The laundry's never done, the house is never clean enough, no time for themselves. And it's um, it's tough to think that it's hard to think that there's anywhere else that you can be, because that's all you know. And it's to me, I find it to be a great space to be in, because I find I find it that usually when you're experiencing that much at once, something has to give. There has to be some kind of like catalyst that you decide to make a change. And, whether it's an illness or a death in the family, or it has to be huge, because you're so used to this pattern, this survival pattern, that it's hard to see a way out until you're forced. And I find it to be a beautiful place to be in. So I'm not knocking any woman that may be experiencing that right now. I am excited, and not because because a catalyst is coming or it's around the corner. It's just, it's going to be awesome. And it's scary. Sometimes it is scary, because that whisper that you hear late at night when you're all alone, or when you're taking a shower and you have finally some time to yourself and things are a little quiet, that whisper that you hear is your intuition telling you there's got to be something more. What is it? And it's asking you to take a chance, on you, to push past your boundaries that you've created, your limitations that you've created in your own mind. And it's going to get better. I'm just going to keep talking, because I'm sick of the excuses of why so many years that you decide to take the easy way out. And I'm just, I've had it. I've had it. I don't want to be nice anymore at this point. I don't want to continue to pacify and to, tell you that things, are supposed to be all magical and glitter. Sometimes it's time to be radical. And I know that a lot of us ladies like to not rock the boat. You don't want to hurt your lover's feelings. You don't want to, go against what your family says. You don't want to go against what society says. Well, sometimes you have to take that radical change. Otherwise, you're living your life for others. You're living a lie. And that whisper that you hear late at night of, take a chance, try it. It starts to slowly fade. And what happens when those whispers start to slowly fade, your soul, that shine, that shimmer, that fire in your belly starts to dim. And I don't want that. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for our sisters, our mothers, whatever women are in your life. I don't want that for them. So all I'm asking in this video is to take an honest look at how you feel on a regular day basis. Maybe get a journal or an audio file on your phone, record your voice, maybe when you wake up in the morning or at the end of the day. Take a tally for a week. And I want you to listen to or read what you write on how your day is. And if you start to see trends of a mindset that is not beneficial for you, that is not helping you move forward, if it's just you focusing on everything that needs to be fixed or that needs to be changed or that is frustrating or overwhelming, know that that's a beautiful place to start. That's a beautiful place to start. But this is a choice. Are you going to choose you and feeling pleasure and, friction at the same time to make passionate initiative towards a better life? Or are you going to decide to continue to feel that heavy weight of inaction? I wish I could because, but I can't because all of these different excuses. I don't have enough support at home. I don't have, all of the things that you don't have. We could make it work with the least amount of support. All that matters is our will, how we feel about ourselves and what we're constantly telling ourselves. I know you've seen the self-development videos and you've read the books and maybe you've been to a few seminars where, you see these posters or these people speaking. You need to be the change. Be the energy you want to attract. Well, what the hell does that mean when you feel like constant crap, when you're fighting with your partner all the time, when you are overweight and unhealthy and you can't stop eating the foods that are making you sick and your kids drive you crazy and all of these different factors that affect your mood? What does that mean? It means every day when we wake up, we make a conscious choice to add things in that we want to experience in our future. I don't know if you ever heard about quantum shifting, changing your reality, creating another life, transforming. Those all go with a decision. A decision of, I've had it. Do I want to follow in the footsteps of people that I hate from my past? Because more often than not, a lot of us are doing that. We turn into the family member that we hate. We turn into the people that we hate from our pasts. So, are we going to continue to go down that path? I've just, had it with all of these spiritual pages that just want to gloss over how powerful it is to use that frustration, that anger, that blood that's boiling in our body sometimes. It's like they're scared of the darkness, they're scared of death. And when I talk about death, it's not so much I'm talking about a physical death. I'm talking about letting go and having almost a funeral service for who we've been. But that's where we have to leave it. We have to leave at some point. You can't continue to carry this corpse of along with you. Oh gosh, when I was younger, I was abused, and so therefore I've experienced a lot of trauma, and that to me is carrying around a corpse. It's a metaphorical, way of living, and therefore I feel that a lot of us walk around, if we don't find ways to transcend that, not only transcend it, but to transmute it. Alchemy, using that pain, that anger, that sadness for power. How else would we have become so strong, intelligent, wise, had we have not experienced those things? So they were beneficial. Hell yeah, that stuff sucked. Are we going to continue to make decisions and choices and choose partners and friendships based on our trauma? I'm so sick of it. So yeah, that's all I'm asking. Take a tally of what it is that you're experiencing on a weekly basis. If you're starting to see trends in how you're just fueling the sad past, trends on how you're putting yourself to the side, trends on how you're living for your partner, your children, without even considering yourself, it's time to choose something else. I've spoken about it before, but at some point in time, our partners, our children, they benefit from us choosing ourselves, investing in ourselves. If we continue to choose to drain ourselves and just let people siphon off of us, our children are going to be doing the dang same thing. We say that we would live or die for our children. We want them to succeed. We want them to have a better life than we did because we struggled. What is struggling, though? Because to me, emotional intelligence and experiencing peace while I'm still alive is it takes it some time to understand, to get all the bugs out. Anyways, I think I'm just going to wrap it up from here, but there needs to be some kind of radical change, or your soul is literally just dimming. When is it time? That's all.